You're now listening to the Beardy Bros podcast.
That's pretty fucking good, wasn't it?
Mm.
Even his voice, it's actually pretty good what Chris Pratt did with it.
Mm.
People hate
about
it,
that.
of course. Like he just sounds like Emmett from Lego. I'm like, he's doing an accent. He's got the because Mario's from Brooklyn. Like
Yeah.
he's got the Brooklyn. Like he's not Italian at all.
No. But we'll get more into that. So I think before we go any further, you definitely all sorted. I'm fidgeting.
I'm looking at Batman.
I'm gonna crack this drink.
A $3,000 Batman statue.
Oh, did you see that one I sent you on the Discord?
Not yet.
The photo of that statue I sent you of Skeletor?
Oh, there's a Batman mug.
Jim's doing that. I've got my beer.
Hang on.
Once again,
That one. Oh,
it's $540.
I'd pay that.
I'm drinking yet again Smithy's and dry lager. I only got one left, so I'm drinking it.
Gonna try and get him to finally get on board with one more episode.
I think we have to get some more for next week for sure.
I'm gonna try. My pre-order's up soon, so I can actually afford some alcohol. I didn't do my phone stuff on there. I'll go through my phone separately. I have got to get up the Need for Speed Collector's Edition stuff though, so we can show that on stream. Easier to show it than actually talk about it.
I'm not doing
Look,
the
me
best,
both.
but I'm trying to do it anyway. It's just one of those episodes this week. It's just one of those episodes.
Hey,
What?
it's always an
Hey,
episode
I'm
this
just
week.
going straight into it. We're going into it full ball before even Jem gets himself comfortable and organised. We're rolling in.
That's because we're not fake, bro.
We're going with it. What the fuck is up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. I feel like that might have been a bit too loud again.
I mean, it was fine on my end.
But yeah, I do apologise if I burnt out your ear holes and you have to look at it with your eye holes.
Say burn out your ear holes.
Yeah, it could be burned out your ring hole. But we're not curry, so.
We're pretty fucking spicy though.
Hey! Just have the soundboard on the side, like, sang!
That's why I need fucking stream decks. We just put random sounds in.
Yeah, just have them play when we're doing shit.
No, but did you see the Need for Speed Collector's Edition? $150.
I know, it's actually pretty reasonable.
I want the steelbook.
It looks good. It looks good, though. So, there's been some pretty good pre-orders dropping. There was the Ghostbusters
They're on
one.
PC though, is it?
I don't know.
The Collector Edition's not on PC.
Was it Xbox? Is it last
Series S, X, and it's only next gen.
I mean, it's going that way.
It's on PC, but
Yeah.
it's not
Collector's
Collector's
Edition.
on PC.
So it looks like I'm gonna have to get I'll have to double check the collector's edition again. I remember glancing over it. I did see it when EB posted it. I have
Looking right at it.
another glance
I'm
of
gonna
it.
put up on the thing when we talk about it completely.
Um.
Because I will cover what's actually in there, because it's pretty fucking good for 150.
Oh, well, you can just talk about. I can just grab the photo of it when we talk about it. And I can just smack that up on the edit anyway. Saves fiddling around with screens. But no. Yeah, no, it does look kind of. I remember having a glance at it, but I didn't really have a look.
Have you seen the trailer though?
No, I haven't actually looked at much of it. I've only seen like
It's a
posters and stuff.
cel-shaded Need for Speed.
I did see photos from it. I did see like screenshots and people talking about it and photos, and it looks cool. It's good we get a Need for Speed game back.
And it's Criterion for the first time since Hot Pursuit or something.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. So that's a big.
I've been seeing comments about it saying it's back to Underground. I'm like, well, yeah, it's back to street racing, thank God.
Yeah, none of that extra nonsense.
Not extra, but it was too ambitious before. It was too open world, but you don't need open world.
No, you got to do open world for a reason, not just let's just do it to do it.
Yeah,
Like add narrative to it.
racing open world shouldn't be a thing. Like just like Forza and that. I got bored just driving to place.
It becomes
I
tedious
prefer
because
to
you got
get in, race, come
Yeah.
first, second, whatever, and get out. Like
yeah, back to the old way of doing it.
right, like Need for Speed Underground, you can't beat that. This might like Need for Speed Carbon and that was open world, but that was done right.
Mhm.
And Most Wanted, and they were done right.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, good.
Criterion did do that PS3 Most Wanted. Which got
Well, they
the
did.
redo for last gen.
Was it? What was the other game they did? Burnout? No, was it Burnout? No.
Yeah, Burnout, man, all the Burnout
Yeah.
games.
So, and that's. I mean, we're never going to see those anymore because they moved over to doing Need for Speed, but it's alright.
No, but that pretty much is Burnout. Like it's Burnout, Need for Speed,
Yeah.
kind of hybrid.
The exactly. I was going to say But no, it's looking good.
No, I didn't know they helped out the last few years. They were helping out like Call of Duties and Battlefield stuff like
A
that.
lot of different things they work with. So yeah, we've got that. There was what was that? What else was there? We saw Ghostbusters, Spirits, the Ghostbusters Collector's Edition.
There's no steelbook for that though, which is sad.
No, it comes in a Tobin's friggin' book, which is pretty cool. That's like a
steelbook though.
Yeah, I like the idea of it because I want to be able to slide that in my shelf. And
If it's a collector's edition, should be a steelbook automatically a given. Like
it'll go nice. We'll say it goes nicely with my Fable 3 box book, which looks like a book, so they'll sit nicely together on my shelf. I've always wanted another book video game case. I'm like, hey, look what we got now.
There are plenty, but you gotta find them.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
They're gonna be the right game and
slide in to go with the bookshelf. Yes, and my bookshelf just had a secret.
From Fable to Ghostbusters, straight up.
I mean, Fable makes sense. It's
it comes on a display stand, which is cool. I just want the actual stand to show off like a steelbook. Just put that on there.
Rotate it, different ones.
Right, just have it sitting up there and just like rotating fucking steelbooks.
But no, I should say
the Cyberpunk steelbook.
I think we've given up on that, haven't we?
You could put a box up behind you there.
It was somewhere behind me. It's buried away. We always had the box up for so long, and
I'm gonna put mine up here somewhere. Just have it chilling.
Just have it literally have it sitting on the arm. Have it resting on the arm of the exercise bike, like out of place, just sitting there. So obvious.
It would fit perfectly, just right there. It would fit perfectly, so good. Like, or on the end of the bed there. Like right there.
It does actually look kind of funny now, looking at He-Man down there. Look at his long ass glow stick. But again, this is the second episode of the spooky season. Just want to say that again, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun this these few episodes. I was actually supposed to do some stuff. I was actually meant to find spooky stories, so I'm gonna have to maybe find that. I just remembered to remind myself I was gonna do some spooky stories.
There's always next week.
Funny episodes. I mean, I was asking people to send in stories, and no one sent anything in. So I might have to postpone it again. It might even be for the last episode of the spooky season. Who knows yet? So if you got crazy stories, again, send them in to us. Send them through to our DMs on Instagram, on Twitter. Comment on YouTube. Link
Facebook,
us.
I think. Yeah,
Facebook. Yeah, we've got Facebook. Like, it doesn't have to be scary. It can
Everyone's
be weird.
got a
It can be
Facebook.
funny. Whether it's your story, if there's a story that you think we should talk about, like a funny thing that something's happened, we should read up about it. Just let us know. Just send us through some stories that we want to do for this, spooky season. We want to have some stories, tell some grim, kind of like some grim fables, I guess, but not really grim fables. They're just random stories that's happened. So, yeah. Send them on
Grim
through.
fables. All the fables are grim, really, when you think about
Grim
it.
fables.
It's like the old fairy tales. They're fucking dark as shit.
Exactly, so.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk and all that.
I know, they actually look at them, like, you see Disney, and it's like, oh, a Little Mermaid, and Pinocchio, and all these things, and Snow White, and then you actually look at the original Grimm tale, like, the Grimm Brothers Grimm's tales, basically. They're all from those kind of things, and Pinocchio was a dark story, Little Mermaid was a dark story, Snow White, like, so, all those things are actually very dark stories.
Lies of P, like, that's a dark, like, thing of Pinocchio. Because Pinocchio is not just a wooden toy, like, is it?
Mm-hmm. I know people like when the new Pinocchio.
I think it's Pinocchiodex or something.
Pinocchiodex. All the different Pinocchios. There's all 151 Pinocchios.
We're gonna trademark that. Sorry.
People be like, it's just so weird and disturbing that the new Pinocchio movie has like the embodied, like Geppetto wished for his son and they grabbed the embodiment of his dead son and put it in Pinocchio and stuff like that. It's just like, do you not know the original story of Pinocchio though? Like how fucked up these things are. Like these aren't child friendly. Like
Disney makes them child friendly.
Exactly. They changed into child friendly, so it's just funny.
If you want the full Grimm, watch the show Grimm. That gives you a lot of what really goes on.
That's the closest.
Not the full detail, but they give you a lot of it. That's a
No.
good show though.
Grimm was good. I gotta watch that again.
So there's like what 7, 8 seasons? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a fair bit.
Yeah, it was massive. Because I remember when it first dropped in like what 2011, 12.
Yeah.
And I was like, this show's pretty good. Then I didn't watch it since.
I know.
I
It's
owned
a
the
bit
first
like
season on DVD, but
it gets a bit like that with shows.
well, it was that then The Walking Dead at the same time. Like, I got to pick one. I got to pick one to get invested in. So I was The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You can't beat
Um,
that.
I will mention as well, it's PAX weekend. A lot of people are at PAX. Hopefully everyone's having a good time at PAX. You dickhead.
Always seeing it and open Instagram. Packs.
And then like I had like PAX pop up on like Twitch as well. They're like PAX is live streaming. I opened up and it was like a live stream of people playing D&D. They're sitting around the table and basically what it was there was like I guess it's events that happen and people go like to watch it, but it's like five people, 4 players and 1 dungeon master sitting around in the hall, and people go and watch people play D&D. Like I guess, I mean, I have watched like Horridor do it, but that's because I like how they actually act into it and make it into a proper animated, like the physical visual film story. Like I like that, but I don't get the aspect of watching people sit around and word out D&D. That just seems a bit.
The aspect of sitting people.
Yeah, I don't get the aspect of sitting
stand
people.
up?
I mean, we're sitting people right now. I don't get why we're sitting. But you know,
I mean, you can't really unless you stand way back,
I'd have to tilt the camera up and.
or unless you go on your knees and just like kneel there.
But then I'm not standing. I'm kind of sitting.
Technically, you're standing because you're not sitting. You're kneeling.
I'm tiny standing.
Fucking squat for an hour and a half.
That's somewhat sitting. That's air sitting.
As long as you don't put your butt on something.
I'm putting my butt on air. I'm sitting on air.
No, that doesn't count.
Sitting on myself.
Air doesn't keep you up. Air doesn't like hold you up if you sit, if you squat.
There's some. Oh god.
What in the fuck is happening?
I don't know. It's the spooky season. Oh.
Yeah, it is because shit's gone weird.
Shit's going weird.
I'm looking forward to that new Halloween movie though when it finally comes.
Halloween ends.
I'm hoping it ends now. After that, like it just ends, cuts it
I
off.
mean, it does
completely.
need to get to a point where I think some of these cult classic films do need to come to an end.
Well,
need
Nightmare on
it.
Elm Street has. That's not come out for.
That's what I mean. We had the remake, and it kind of just did one, and that was it. And we haven't had anything else. Jason has kind of died off a
was it
little bit.
Nightmare on Elm? Was it called Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah. They did that reboot one, which had the guy that played Rorschach in Watchmen.
2010. Yeah, that was ages ago. 12 years ago.
So that's they haven't done any more there.
That was a good movie though.
They were going to do like a trilogy with him, and then it just didn't work out. Didn't pan.
Should have, because I remember watching that. I think, and it was pretty decent.
But yeah, so there was that. I think it's been Jason for a while. Halloween, which is Mike Myers. That kind of rebooted.
Yeah, it was Jason X. That might have been the last one.
Might have been, I think. Freddy
Yeah,
vs.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy vs. Jason, 2003.
That was the last. No, that was the last one.
What's his name? Jason Boy.
Though he.
For his Jason vs. Michael Myers.
Wait, what? Is there a
That's
movie?
a movie.
Is that coming out? Is there?
That came out. It's got a 4.5 out of 10.
Wait, I didn't. Jason
came
vs.
out 2020.
Wait, I haven't heard of this.
Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees.
What?
It's like a 9-minute thing.
That's a 9-minute short film.
Oh no, it's a short from 2015.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't count.
That still counts, doesn't it?
It's some fan made nonsense mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, it's funny. It was rated shitly, so it might have been crap. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Jason, like, he might have had the last one as Jason X, which was what, like 2006.
I thought it was I thought it might have been Freddy vs Jason.
Oh, 2003. Now, didn't Jason X after that? To be fair, I don't keep up with these.
It's been a while though. It's definitely been a few years.
Jason X was 2001. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Freddy vs Jason came out a little bit later than that.
That might be the last one. Freddy vs. Jason.
So they were meant to have done because it was based off a comic book with Freddy vs Jason, and the original comic book was Freddy vs Jason vs Ash, and they were going to do that as the film, but I think it went all weird because of different licensing, especially with the Jason licensing. They didn't end up going through, which would have been cool. Imagine seeing that. Imagine actually having the official Freddy Krueger versus Jason Voorhees versus Ash Williams. Like, how cool would have that looked? Seeing Bruce Campbell on screen with his fucking boomstick and chainsaw, being like groovy, baby. Groovy. With the fucking.
Okay, so the last Friday the 13th was 2009.
Mm.
That knew when to stop.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm still bummed that they never did the because, like I said, imagine having Bruce Campbell versus Jason and Freddy. How badass would that be? Like actually
There's a
seeing
new one, 2022.
2020 Jason.
Came out in May.
What? Another short film?
Maybe I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck that is. This is 13th of May, 2022. That's it.
Okay.
Confirmed for 2023. So I'm guessing it was announced then, but it's confirmed for next year. It's a reboot.
Like, well, I think some of these cult classics need to come to an end, and we need to have new characters. Like, I don't know.
Like,
We haven't seen like
enough of Freddy, Jason, and Michael. Like,
we haven't seen
had
like
it for 30 years.
because like I know the Texas Chainsaw
40
Massacre
years.
was based off like a loosely tale of like a real event. So it was like creepypasta. It was like old school creepypasta, and that didn't do anything else with that. And then
Jared Padalecki was in Friday the 13th.
oh, was he?
It had that person, Panabaka, Derek. Oh, he played Jason. Yeah, it had Jared Padalecki.
Oh.
It got a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
These movies are just like flatline at 5. Like, that's all they are now, is just 5s.
Yeah.
You
But like I
ca-
said,
you
like
can't make a scary
Pennywise
movie
know how to
anymore.
do it. Like they've got Hellraiser coming back with the reboot.
That looks good.
With the rotation with a female Pinhead, which still looks fucking badass. Like,
Made him younger, I think, too, by the look of it. Like, it's a younger version of Pinhead.
well, it's a female because Pinhead's a dude.
Yeah, because
So-
Pinhead's, they put that in Dead by Daylight. That looks dope.
So, but I'm fine with it. It's like it's meant to be Hell Incarnate.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellraiser. I'm like that makes sense because it's
never
Hell
seen
Incarnate.
Hellraiser.
Oh, they were the original gore flicks. Like they were designed to be
Hellraiser
gore.
Judgment 2018.
They'd ripping the skins off the bodies and fucking like they were
That
real
they's
gore.
changed or something.
Yeah, that was like the first old school gore films.
Oh,
They were more
fucking-
gory than fucking like back in the day when Freddy and everything came out. Like they were.
Don't expect too much from this new Hellraiser. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean I think it's aimed at a cult classic, and that kind of cult is shifted because it's not the 80s.
You can't redo the old. Like, you have to make something new, not like
The same.
like what Scream did. That was a good movie. That last one. Because
It
didn't do what the old
retconned.
one did.
Yeah, it retconned the storyline. It arced it off. It did everything. And
Pretty much. Like, it was done well, and they're doing no more. At least not with the main cast.
they could always just do like the narrative where someone picks it up again. But I think they just need to end it. I think that needed to stay there, and that's
No,
it.
as long as it's done right.
Like I don't know, it's just like those characters. I feel like they just need to make new characters.
Everyone
Like
died on there pretty much, except for like Sydney or something.
they need new characters.
Yeah, but
New
I mean,
things.
I've not watched a horror movie in like a decade.
Make
because
like
of
a
shit.
Dead by Daylight movie or fucking something. I don't know.
That's pointless. One person against 4. Like that's an all horror movie.
But like at least they're being productive. They're actually doing something to escape. Like
Like, the only good horror movies I've seen recently are the Don't Breathe ones, because they're fucking good.
it's a different take, eh? It's definitely a different take on that kind of.
It's a freaking
Aspect.
blind man. Like,
I haven't watched part
haven't
of the
seen
first
it?
one. I think I've only seen part of it.
you're missing
I'd
out.
watch
That's
it.
the second one's freaking.
Like, I haven't even
cool.
watched
It's on
Purge.
Prime or something.
Everyone talks about Purge. I haven't seen Purge.
That's gone on way too long. The
There's
first
like
one was good.
4 of them in a series. I think there is.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke was in one. Most of them, I guess. The first one's pretty fucking good, and then it's just
I was meant to, and then it's just like I'll get to it eventually. And then like here's the second movie. Yeah, I'll get to it. Oh, here's the 4th movie. Oh yeah, I should get. Here's a series. Oh, okay.
called again the Purge. Like,
The
I think
Purge.
it was like 6 or 7 of them.
There's a lot, and I'm like, fuck. I really want to watch Peele's is it Keen and Peele? His
The
film, yeah.
Forge.
Is it Keen? Was it? Is it Keenan? No, was it?
Keenan.
Keen and Peele? Which one was it? Keen and Peele.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, he's done like Get Out,
Nope and
Us, and Nope. I want to watch those
I
as
think they're
well.
all the one story, though. To be fair.
I want to watch those as well. Nope's apparently really good. Like
Yeah, let's
really
just say
good.
there's the Purge.
Yeah.
The sequel was the next year, Purge Anarchy, Purge Election Year, the first Purge, and Purge Forever, or Forever Purge.
Yeah, 5.
5.
Yeah.
All within from 2013, 14, 16, 18, 2021.
Basically, yeah. I know, it's crazy.
I want to try and get, like, I want to see how far the fucking ratings went on these. Like, the first one was rated
M?
5.7. The
Oh,
second, 6.4. The third, 6. The next one, 5.2, and the last one, 5.4. That is horror now. Like that is fucking
they're on
horror
vibes.
now.
They're in the
I
medium.
don't
They're in the in
get it.
between. They're in the middle.
5 and 6, like, I mean, it doesn't mean they're a bad movie though.
No.
It just means that it's just an average
But
movie.
the other thing
like,
too is there's
watch it
like
if you want.
all the people that are reviewing it when they correlate all the reviews, it may not
What
be
was
their
the
cup
other
of
one?
teas. Like that's the thing too. It might not be their cup of tea, so they're gonna review it what they
No,
think
that's
it is.
overall.
By how many reviews?
That's
Like,
a lot of people saying it's a 5 or a 6.
mm.
But still, like,
But that's the worst part. You could have say 200 people go see the film, 150 leave reviews. Out of that 150, 100 of them don't like that genre. 50 of them do. The other 50 didn't even bother giving a review. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, people only watch it if it's a horror. Of course, they're gonna watch it if they like horror. Like,
but it's just those that give feedback. Because not everyone gives
movies are
feedback.
the easiest to judge because, like, if you either like it or you don't. If you don't, just don't watch it.
That's why they're genres. You find your niche genre and you go for it.
Exactly. Like, Don't Breathe, that got a 7. Like, that's fucking good. I don't know about the second one. The sequel got which was last year.
So don't breathe.
That got a 6.
There was that other one as well. What
But
was the other one? That was Bird Box. I never watched. That was supposed to be one of those crazy.
Never saw that.
And then
either.
there was the
Is that
Quiet
the one
Place.
with the not making noise or like you dead,
That was a
Same with-
Quiet Place.
which is pretty much just
But it's weird. The
yeah,
Bird
but
Box,
Bird
Bird
thing's
Box, and
same.
Quiet Place were the same thing. You couldn't see the thing if you made eye contact, and it would get you. So everyone had to go around blind or
no,
something like that.
you're doing Quiet Place.
But then Quiet Place, you couldn't say anything.
You
You had to
can
be
see
quiet.
it in the Quiet Place. You can actually see them, and they don't do anything. As if they hear you.
No, that's what I'm saying though. That's the difference between Bird Box. Bird Box was like you had to be blindfolded. You couldn't look at the thing, but you could make noise and do everything. It was fine, but you just couldn't look at things. So everyone had to walk around blind. But then Quiet Place, everyone could see everything, but you just couldn't make a sound. I was like, so there's these two different films, basically the similar kind of concept.
You couldn't get seen either, I don't think, in Quiet Place, because if they saw you, they still go for you.
Oh,
But,
there was that point where they made noise and they hid and they were quiet, and the monster was like looking at them. I do remember like a scene like that, and it didn't.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are blind then.
Or
I
they
can't
based
remember.
off like
I haven't seen
heat,
it for a
like,
while.
or not heat, but like sound and yes, certain stuff.
Yeah,
So I was
sound.
like
Those things are freaky. Like, you didn't see them in the first one, I don't think, but the second one, woo, they
But that-
leaned into it.
But you forget how much of a director though, bloody Cranston is. Like he directed those
I reckon then started them
because he was in the first one, and then then he was in the second one, and I was like, okay. But like he
He
directed
was
those
in
as well.
flashbacks.
It's crazy you forget like the much of
He was
a
in flashbacks.
director producer he is.
I think there's a third one coming too,
I
actually.
think so.
Coming 2024. Looking
look
right
good,
at it. Yeah, well, these got almost an 8. So look, they are. If you want a good horror, watch The Quiet Place. Fucking good.
It looks like it's gone from being suspenseful horror has become the thing and not like the horror. So that old horror genre of like, which is The Purge and stuff like that, they're violent gore. Like they're still gory, they're violent. People have shifted from that and want more
still have the
suspense, like
jump
the
scares,
creepy.
but
They
it's
want
not
the
as
jump
much as-
scares, the creepiness, the eeriness. That's what people love.
Because with The Quiet Place, you'll sit there like
what-
you don't
what-
just hit like what's going to happen.
What did
Like,
old
and
get?
it's like,
What
"Ah!"
what did old get?
Oh, that's a Shyamalan, so that probably got like a 9, I think. Let me have a look. Old.
I haven't watched old yet. I do want to watch old.
That got a 5.8.
Nope. What about Nope? Did we?
Nope.
So look at Nope. Look at Nope, Us, and Get Out.
Nope got a 6.9.
What about Us?
Steve Ewan was in that.
Hmm.
Was it? Get Out.
Get Out and Us.
Get Out got 7.7.
Okay.
And Us. That one looks fucking good too, actually.
That was creepy as
Us got a 6.8.
Okay, so it was up there at high and it kind of came down. It's come down.
You know, Us was before the high ones.
Because Get Out was the it's like a cult film, like it was like
That
a
was
cult.
the first one.
So
No,
Get Out,
not the first one.
Get Out was like a cult style film. Us was about imposters or something like that, like body shifters or something like that.
one and one.
Yeah, and then Nope is about aliens. So it's cults, Shapeshifters or something like that, and then Aliens.
I watch it. They seem like they're good movies because Jordan Peele made them. Okay, so you got 2017, 19, and 2022.
I did want to get them. Like I did show you some photos the other day. I sent you some photos
Because
when I was at
that
the
was the
shops.
first, and then Us, and then Nope, which it goes almost an 8 to almost a 7 to almost a 7. So the ballpark is
He's got a
good.
balance. So it comes down to like the person doing them, I guess. What they are.
It's Mr. Jordan Peele.
Because were the ones I sent you the other day.
But they're the only good horror ones that I've seen recently, apart from Old and that. Old was not really a horror though.
Because there was
Old's more of a thriller, not a horror.
there was like that.
You don't really.
That's
There's
right.
not jump scares.
There was those two movies I sent you the other day where there was the one that had Johnny Knoxville in it. We Summon the Darkness, which I thought was weird because it's like old Johnny Knoxville. Like, don't know when he
That's a
did
straight
that.
to DVD movie. That is.
And it pretty much was because I never saw it anyway. And then there was the other, which was that I forgot about, which I remember. I think we talked about it before, which was Studio 666, which was
That's
the
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters movie, which I thought, I forgot about that. I was like, there's so many good like.
You don't really see it anywhere.
And then there's all these films, and there's like The Conjuring, and there's like all these. There's so many films now, like that. Like I said, the Conjuring
I
franchise
like the
is
third
huge.
Conjuring. That was pretty fucking good.
You've got
What
like,
are
was
their
it?
things?
There's The Nun is the start of it. Then you've got the Annabelle movies
Nun.
and Conjuring. Like, so many movies.
No, there's more than that.
Oh,
I think,
there's
wasn't
heaps. There's 3 Conjuring and 3 Annabelles, 1 Nun.
Plus, there's a second Nun coming though.
But the Nun starts it. Is it the third one coming? Of freaking Whoopi Goldberg. Do you remember that? I think that was, what's that movie called again that she did? That remember
no
that
idea.
she dressed. She was that nun. She dressed as a nun. I can't remember what it's called. It was Whoopi Goldberg. Apparently a third
I
one.
have Ghost or something.
Um,
I don't know. The Conjuring was 2013, bruh. That got almost an 8.
what was it?
I used to write The Conjuring off. It's like, yeah, this is shit. And then I watched the third one and went, this is pretty fucking good. I don't know they're all related though.
That's
Same
right.
as Insidious. That was pretty fucking good too. There's
Yeah,
so many Insidious movies though.
Sister Act
There's
is
like
what the
4 of
movie
them.
was. Sister Act.
Oh, I've never seen it.
So there's supposed to be a third one coming of that. But yeah, no, I didn't realize.
The Conjuring 2 got nearly
It's
an 8,
weird
got
because you've
7.3.
got The Conjuring, right? And I was like looking at the thing when I was looking at the cases, and it's Conjuring 3, and the dad in that was the dad in Insidious.
Annabelle? Oh, Insidious. Yes,
I
Insidious
was-
is good because
And I was
that's tied
like, I was
into
like,
them.
I was like, how is it? Does it even tie in? Like, I was confused.
I guess it's the same town or same.
I don't think
universe
it's.
or
I don't think
something,
it's related
because-
at all because a different producer. Because it's not part of the set. I don't think. But it's weird that they had like the same guy that played the dad.
Well, then it might be the same thing.
That's what threw me off because I was thinking. I don't think it is though.
Is
I think-
Insidious part of the Conjuring? And the answer is
negative?
no.
Just.
They're not linked.
Mm.
Only link is James Wan, who directed both the first 2 Conjuring and Insidious.
Okay.
I'm guessing he picked him because he worked with him before, and
Yeah.
yeah, because they're definitely
like-
not. Because in the first, isn't Ethan Hawke in the first Insidious? Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah,
Hawke's in
yeah. I
that.
think he was. Yeah.
Then he died or something. Not in the sequel, I don't
Something
think.
happened.
Yeah,
Then-
Patrick Wilson. He plays the one in both.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? I do want to
Yeah.
give you. I do want to give you a recommendation though. That new Marvel special, Werewolf at Night. Oh no, Werewolf by Night. Definitely check it out. It's like a short movie. It's 54 minutes long, and it's fucking amazing. It's so good. It's so good. It just
I thought Ethan
must have
Hawke
dropped
was
this.
in there, but he's not.
Oh, he's not. It wasn't him. It was the guy that.
It's Patrick Wilson.
Oh, okay.
He's in both. Like he started that as well. Like
Yep, so the thing.
why did I say Ethan Hawke? He was in a horror that I saw.
I know there's
Something
that-
like that.
I know there's that new one he's in with the guy with the mask thing. I can't remember what it's called. Don't Call or something like that. It recently came out this year. He's like got the white mask and the top hat.
Oh, the Black Phone.
Black Phone, that's it. Don't
That's
Call.
apparently fucking like a 9 out of. Or
Yeah,
10
he's
out
in
of 10,
that.
like.
He's the bad guy. I think a bad guy in that.
He can play a good bad guy.
Oh
though,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
He is creepy that way.
He's
when
so good in bloody Moon Knight. He's so good in Moon Knight. He did that so well. The character he played,
Dr. Highway.
Doctor Highway,
I'm trying to find what was he? He's in a horror that I saw, which I think
a while ago.
he's in Sinister. That's what it is.
Ah, yep. That's easy to get confused.
And I'm like that and Insidious. You kind of get a mix of it, like the same thing.
It's
Not
very.
the same thing.
They're
but, like,
all very like the Omen based, aren't they? Like they all have that very Omen vibe. Like Insidious has
Sinister
that Omen
2012.
vibe, and then Annabelle and everything has like the Omen vibe. Like it's all the cursed doll, and
they all
then
come out in the same time, like start of 2010 onwards.
yeah.
Like you'll either get Insidious, Sinister, The Conjuring. Like you get one of each fucking year.
I am happy they stopped paranormal
Purge.
activities. Thank God they stopped paranormal activities.
I never watched them because
They-
I just thought that. Why do people believe them? They're all panicked over. It's like, oh, I'm like, it's fake. You
I know
didn't
it's a
that.
movie.
No, that's real.
It's a fucking movie. Oh my God, it's so real. Why would they make a movie be able to get a button? It would be a TV
I know
thing.
some things do happen like that, but it's not like what they do. It's
tell
like
you
that's
now,
over exaggerated.
if it was real, it would be a TV thing. It wouldn't be released to the cinemas. Like fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a TV thing. Anything that's like real, it's fucking TV, not a cinema release.
I remember watching the Eric Bana horror movie. I fell asleep watching it.
Oh, which one's that's that
The
think I know.
Devil's one.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. I'll grab it up.
God,
I like
I
having
can't-
Google open. We're educating people on all
Well,
these
it's
horror
the perfect
things.
season for it. We did it last time, and we're doing further again. We're delving deeper into it. We're getting you ready
doing
so
it
there's
better
things
now.
you can watch before Halloween comes. These are recommendations, and I'd like I said again, Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel special set in the Marvel universe. It's really good. Really
I
changed
don't
the
find these
pace.
movies.
I kind of like their style of film being black and white stuff, like a modern black and white film. I feel like we need more of that. It's a very niche
I want to watch
style.
the Monsters, the Rob Zombie one.
I know I think it's saying it was on Netflix.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, it's fucking good.
Hmm.
Apparently, people don't like it because they've obviously never seen the Monsters before.
I really want to watch it, so I think we need to do
He
that.
like kept with that, but he could make it black and white. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
I don't know why they didn't allow him black and white.
it was a weird thing, but he did the hypercolor still. So then, if it was in black and white, it would still translate. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but like, why didn't they let him? Like he could have just took to another company and just went, "Hey, can I
know.
make it black and white?" They would have went, "Yep."
But he added extra quirkiness to it. Because he couldn't do the black and white. What did it say? He added
Oh, here it is.
added other stuff to it.
Deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil. That's it.
Which here's what it says: a New York police officer, Ralph Sarchi, investigates a series of crimes. He joins forces with an unconventional priest, schooled in the rites of exorcism to combat the possessions that are terrorizing their city. That sounds dope.
Right?
And it's like I fell asleep in the first like 20 minutes.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, yeah, I've got it somewhere. I really want to watch it one day, but yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those
When
things.
I'm not. I think 'cause that came out. Like, what year that came out? I think it was when I was hopped up on drugs from the hospital.
Makes sense. And that's the last thing you want to do is like watch horror when you're high as fuck.
No, I was just tired. 2014. So I got it and then went in the hospital, and then I just forgot about it. I think I tried to watch it. That's hence I had my sleeping pill and just went.
Oh, that's funny.
But
But yes.
it's Eric Bana. It can't be bad.
He's good. He knows the roles he picks. Like he picks solid work usually.
Well,
he usually
his
does.
Hulk didn't work out too well.
Oh man, that's still a good movie. Honestly, that's still a good movie.
It just sucks that they didn't continue him as Hulk. He would have been a good Hulk even now. Like,
It's because it was pre MCU and then the MCU came along and
I mean,
they
it
had to
still
reestablish it.
was because it had like Marvel involved, but it's
It's-
like
They do to a point because if you watch like again, if you
I
look,
think they referenced it. I think didn't they?
well, they basically keep that because if you look at Edward Norton's
Same as Blade.
Hulk,
Like they referenced Blade, and it's like
well,
he coming
that's
back.
the thing. So
but,
Edward Norton's Hulk, we see the events that happened, but like we're already into his story because if you look at the end of the first Hulk movie with Banner, he kind of like leaves and is on the run. So we start off with Norton's on the run. So they acknowledge that story, but it's done
yeah, no,
differently.
but like They
because
could
it's
have
like
kept
the
Banner for
multiverse.
that. I don't think
So
he want to do it.
yeah, he did it. He was just one and done. Like he was like, I liked it, did it, but it wasn't his thing, kind of thing. So.
I mean, I reckon he would have went back, but I reckon it was more of a.
But they
conflict
always
of
they
schedule
always
or
wanted
something.
from the get go. They always wanted Ruffalo, but Ruffalo didn't want to do it the first time round, and then they managed to get him the second time, and then they're like, yep, because Norton was like
Third
wanting
time,
more money.
You mean?
Well, yeah, third time's a charm.
How does it feel being a third Hulk?
But imagine doing that, having Norton being
No, it's definitely a
chosen,
fourth.
being chosen as a role because they couldn't. So you're already second comings to begin with, and then being like trying to demand more money. So then
Eric
like,
Banner played a good Bruce Banner though.
but no, but imagine being Norton though, being like second comings because they couldn't get their first choice. Being put on the role, being like, well, this is going to be established. I want more money. Then being like, nah, we don't need you. You can kind of fuck off. And then leaving a while, and then they get their first choice. They get their first choice, like later on down the track. Like fucking hell.
I just googled it. Why did he continue as Hulk? He stopped playing Hulk because he simply wasn't asked to reprise the role.
Banner.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wasn't asked, which makes no sense because he was good. But like,
Mm.
when the Incredible Hulk was put into production, a decision was made to take the Hulk movies in a completely new direction, and this meant not casting or including Eric Banner in the film.
I guess
But he would have fit nicely in there from.
I think it was
before.
definitely to separate the two films too, but yet they still acknowledge that as being because you look at even well like the bad guys like I mean we do see Abomination prequel I guess because Abomination was in the first movie,
Yeah.
but then then we see Abomination develop in the technically the first movie because you know what I mean with that what's his name guy you see him get the serum and then he becomes Abomination in that so we saw Abomination twice but
It makes sense.
but
why
it
he's
still
on the run, because
acknowledges. But it's so
it was
weird.
told better for that first one. It was told better, like how he become Hulk in that. Like
It's just a very
that's why, like, he was afraid of it, like, because he didn't know what the fuck was happening. He couldn't control it.
makes sense.
He just woke
like-
up and was like, "Why the fuck are they after me?" Like,
But no, it's,
So it's like-
it's, at the same time, it's worked out for the best. But that's Marvel talk. Bring it back.
they might bring that back though. I reckon because the multiverse, you might see Banner in that back.
We might. That's the thing. Multiverses have got
Get
everything.
it, Banner. Sake.
Banner played Banner.
Right, it just worked out, didn't it? Like Eric Banner played Bruce Banner.
I know.
Different
It was
spelling,
always
but, like-
confusing as a kid trying to say that, trying to explain it.
What, Eric Banner played Bruce Banner?
One point as a kid, because I was always trying to explain all the time, and I said, "Do you remember that movie where Bruce Banner played Eric Banner?"
To be fair, he did look more like Bruce Banner and shit, like Eric Banner
He did pretty good.
It's just a shame because he would have fit
But,
nicely. Because just that his Hulk was weird because it was 2002 when they were making it. They didn't have quite the stuff they got now. He was very neon.
Very green.
You could see him stick out a mile away.
But yeah.
And it was massive. Like, he was fucking built like a fucking brick shit house. He was literally bigger than fucking Ruffalo's Hulk.
I know, as I said, they did the sizing wrong. I've mentioned that before. When he got angry, he got
it
larger
makes
and
sense,
larger.
but like,
It was the wrong interpretation. They even said that after the fact. It was the wrong interpretation. The
Hey,
art
Marvel
studio,
fucking made
the
it.
art studio was given like this direction, and that's what they went with, and they just went with it because they'd done it, and it was just. You watch the behind the scene documentary, and it's fucking hilarious because they're like trying to explain what's supposed to happen, and then it's like trying to pass the notes on, and this is what they end up doing, and then trying to translate it between different like divisions, and like he needs to get big when he gets angry, and it's like okay, he gets big when he gets angry, so they, like I said before, like when he got big, he
somebody
spent his
just
muscle
fucked up
up.
the ratio, I think, during the.
They made him big, yeah. I mean, it's like transmissors. When Hulk gets angry, he gets big. I mean, it's not wrong.
It's just the one size though, not like he gets bigger. He gets more angry.
Exactly. Like when he's at base, so he gets super angry and pissed off, and he gets like breaks out the building because the building can't hold him anymore. I feel sorry for all those people in that building trying to get escape. Imagine being that one dude. Okay, imagine being that one guy in the building, being like. Everyone's running around, and then Hulk's like getting mad. He starts swelling up, and he's getting exploding out that building, and be like the one guy like fuck, and the next minute nuts, and then you just crush to death.
The whole fucking roof collapsed on you. Like,
No, but like he's getting big, and next minute like you gotta
Hulk's
think.
not that big.
You gotta think though. Hulk was like a normal man, and he kept getting larger and larger, and he got big. imagine being in different levels of that building. You're just standing there. Imagine taking a shit. You didn't know what's going on.
Comes up the-
Hearing alarms going off. Next thing you see the wall collapsing, and next minute there's fucking a shin coming through the fucking wall. You're like, what the fuck is this? You know what the fuck
It
was
didn't get
going
that
on?
big, but like,
Like-
damn.
But like, that's what it was like though.
Like, cause Hulk can fit into a house easy. It's just that he just got big. He didn't really grow.
That end of that movie,
He's-
dude.
His muscles just
He was
really
like-
grew.
Look at that. I'll say, you look at the end of that movie again. He's like the size of the city. Like he's like the biggest
Let
fucking
me Google
thing there.
this shit.
The end of the movie, he's fucking huge. He's like a skyscraper.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's like massive. He's like King Kong. Like
No way.
at the end of the movie.
Stan Lee was in that too.
Yeah, he was in all those things.
Oh, technically, that is canon. They just Oh yeah, I see him eating the missile.
Yeah, he was massive. Like he gets like really big. Like
I prefer the look of that Hulk though, except the fact that he's massive. Like
yeah,
there's when you compare him to the Banner to the Ruffalo one, I prefer the older one.
like he got really big. I remember him getting like massive. He would be like way taller than yeah, way more bigger than Thingy's Hulk.
I wouldn't say
Ruffalo's.
way. He wasn't big as a fucking.
He was big. Like he got. It's weird trying to find the thing.
Oh,
But he gets really tall.
apparently he's way bigger than the MCU one by like another few feet.
Like
There's a
yeah.
comparison here, and yeah, he no, the Avenger Hulk's still smaller than the Edward Norton one. He wasn't
Yeah.
that much bigger. He was like another head or so bigger than the Avengers one.
But yeah, no, he's quite tall. Like he towered over quite well. He got pretty big.
Not
From
that
what I
much. Like that's how Hulk should be. Like just big, but not like keep getting bigger.
It's meant to be his muscles got bigger, not him. Like that was the thing. We've talked about this before.
Like the Lou Ferrigno thing. That was perfect Hulk.
They did that well. And actually, like I said, that makes reference again. Ironically enough, I did mention this to you, but in the She-Hulk, that's what they do for She-Hulk. She's not completely CGI. It's a stunt double that's like 7 foot tall or
Just-
6 foot tall.
Not green suit, but it's another color just to make it green.
They digitally, so they got the actress, so she wears a bodysuit underneath, and then they paint that green. So they track on the green onto this chick, and then they track her face onto the other chick's face, and fucking green it out, and yeah, they go from there. But they use her as the template model for everything. But it's just
Send you
crazy.
the thing. Like he's not that much bigger.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember what it was, but yeah, I remember him being fucking huge.
He's only another head or two bigger than the Avengers Hulk. The Ferrigno one's like comes up to Hulk's like neck. The Avengers Hulk. He's better proportion than like he's just like a big fucking dude. In that one, but Eric Banner was bigger than
Yeah.
Mark
There's the
Ruffalo,
size
though.
chart there. There's one of them there.
Yeah, but Eric Banner was bigger than Mark Ruffalo, so that has to compensate with because like, Eric Banner's like what 6 foot something, so that would make the Hulk bigger, but like they just should have kept it the one size.
Yeah. But anyway,
I guess
we'll move on from the Hulk talk.
It was like in the early 2000s, like they didn't really have the technology to. I mean, they did, but it would have cost more, and
We'll move on from the Hulk talk. We've done this before.
because we don't do that shit.
I don't
so-
want to get strongly stuck on Marvel for another episode. We always seem to do it. What do you got there? What do you got? What things have you got there? We'll move on the topic. We're gonna move this along.
Just say because I spoke to you, didn't I, about the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster that's coming PS5. Yeah, so that's the thing, my dudes. I'm keen because I like Zero Dawn. Apparently, it's going to look like Forbidden West and
Proper
stuff. So
PS5.
that'd be dope. To take some of the gameplay elements into there, not the glider and that because it wasn't built for that. Unless they do put
it's
it
got
in
to
there.
feel narratively. It's still got to run narratively
Yeah.
the same. Like you can't just be like, oh, we're gonna put this mechanic into here to make it. But it's like she didn't know that yet. She didn't learn
I mean,
that.
movement you can because movement Which is always moved because it's
It's-
only a 6 month
'cause
gap
people-
between.
I'll say
Dawn and
people
West,
complain
like-
about stuff like that when they do things like that. It's like, oh, why couldn't you put this item in this? It's because narratively, it's like you didn't just go from in one game being like, oh, I've learned how to use a pencil. Now that's turned into pen. Like you don't just be like, oh, we've already learned
It's,
pen in the future. Like let's bring the pen
That's
back. Like
before what happened, so you can't really
Your
put something
skills,
from the future
fire
in the
and
past.
sticks. Yeah, exactly. Like you can't just take back flying and
Yeah, before a sequel, which might happen, you have like all the
it's
shit from,
progressional arc.
from Forbidden West to that. But
Mm.
man, I'm keen. I
But-
don't reckon it's gonna cost $70 though, thankfully, or whatever. the
Who
fuck they
knows?
want to equivalent to. Well, it's only a remaster. They've already said that. Like it's only
Mm.
tweaking some graphics, some little things.
keep it the same price as a normal PS5 release that they would end up doing.
I don't know. Maybe even less. It's already come out on PC and that, so they can't surely need all like a full $70 dollars.
Well, they did that for PC version. They wanted the same $70 all over again.
Yeah, because they never had it on PC, but you do get on sale for roughly 40, 30 quite often. So there's that. Also, that's what I want to talk about. Iron Life got 12 minutes of gameplay again. Stop showing fucking. Look, I don't want to
If
see
you're
it.
gonna show it, just give us the fucking game. Like, why? Like, we're still got a while away, don't we?
December, I think. November, December. Wait, let me look. High on Life. I think
They keep giving
Is
out
that
heaps
this
of
month?
gameplay for it. It's like I just want to play it. Stop dicking
Like,
bagging us.
I don't want to look because I want to see it for myself.
I want to play it when it comes out.
I was like, this is a thing. Like God of War. People are like, I want gameplay. No, don't.
We
tell
know
them
they've
what
kept that
gameplay.
secret so well, and it's like I say, it's gone gold now. Still, everyone posted about that.
Yeah.
that poster looks so good. I kind of want that.
What the?
Yeah, like the gone gold. It looked dope. I don't know why. It just seemed nice.
December 13th.
It looked like a cool thing.
December 13th, High on Life. And I think there is a physical edition, which I will buy.
Mm.
Even though I played on Game Pass.
Curious
I
if they're going to drop
disc
like a
anyway.
collector's edition or something.
Nah.
Something
It's
novel.
Squanch Games. They never had one for a game before.
Yeah.
But
cool,
I'm
though.
hope depends who has it. It's kind of like an indie game, to be fair.
Mm.
Because Squanch Games mostly did stuff on PS with the VR until this. Because you had
Yeah.
that Trover Save the Universe and the other one, which is VR, I think. That Rick and Morty one. And which this was a first person shooter, so it looks fucking dope. I want to play it. But I'm just sick of people showing gameplay. You can show one clip. Just one clip. And then that's what happens when you announce something way early.
Mm.
Like God of War. They've announced Ragnarok like 2020, 2021. It
Yeah.
comes out end of 2022. Just save it for the start of 2022 and just like drip feed the stuff throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like little details. Don't just show
Exactly.
gameplay. Like just give like little lore bits or
I know.
like I saw it down like 12 minutes of gameplay. That's 12 minutes of the game. Like all up to like an hour of gameplay they've shown. Like
Yeah. Because if you put
Yeah,
some more
the
different
game,
parts
mate.
together.
we know about like
Mm.
probably only like a 10-hour game and you've seen a part of it. Well, then again, I'm in the minority of that. I think everyone wants gameplay apparently.
Just screenshots.
CD Projekt Red has announced many Witcher games and Cyberpunk games,
Yep.
which transcends like 10 years. So
Mm.
there's like Witcher 10 in there or something. I don't fucking know.
Maybe 4, 5, 6. No, it would be after that because I already announced the fourth one, and they said many after that. So it could be like,
Probably 5, 6, 7.
yeah,
They're
So
not all
10?
Geralt though. They are Syrian something, I think.
it'd be good to
And
actually
other
get. It would be
stories.
nice to actually expand from Geralt. Like we've got Geralt. We've had enough Geralt.
Geralt.
Gerald
Gerald.
Gerald
I
of
hate
River.
when you say Gerald. It's like it's Geralt.
Gerald
Like,
of
get it right?
Riverdale.
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 Gerald of Riverdale.
Gerald of Riverdale.
Um.
Hello, my name's Gerald.
Yeah, and like, yeah. Also, one of the heads of CDPR left as well after all this shit.
Hello, my name's Gerald. I'm gonna get you demon bastards. Huh.
Oh, demons.
Huh.
Are they?
That's my version.
Oh, because Gerald.
Yeah.
Gerald riding a fucking horse.
What is Nate? Come on, Ant! Come on, Ant!
What was his horse be called? If he's called Gerald, what was his horse be called?
Fly? Ant?
Ant is like a massive fucking horse called Ant.
I mean, the other one's called Roach.
Yeah, but Roach, but like...
What other kind of worm? Grub?
grub.
It's not a horse, it's a cow. riding his cow into, riding a cow into battle, a cow called Grub into battle.
I'm getting fucking...
I'm gonna get the demons! I'm gonna get John! He's just like... like he's drunken warrior, like he's all drunken, so like he's...
His cow stands up, starts going... It's fucking utter shooting milk at people.
Oh, Gerald of Riverdale.
That must be copyrighted, right? Because they've done that in the Kung Pao movie, like the Matrix cow.
I'm kind of curious when I see this.
I haven't seen it since.
Kind of want to see this Wish version of Gerald now.
Gerald and Ant.
Gerald and Grub.
Gerald and Grub.
Cow.
The Matrix cow.
Right.
You just gotta say, Gerald, got milk. Oh, fuck it.
Out of nowhere, fun. You just yelling. You're like, Gerald's on the ground. Oh, got milk! And then out of nowhere, he just. And he's just fly kicking. He kicks him in the face. And then things like, what is this? And next one, he's just like. With his hooves, like, squeezing his teats. Rapidly, fucking shooting milk everywhere. That would be kind of funny. That's like a parody. Funny.
CDPR, we can make an awesome game together. We got ideas.
No, I'm surprised. Like, I mean, yeah, we've got like High on Life as like a comedic game, but
Gerald.
like, where's like the real like get like an RPG like that, like your Skyrim, your Witcher, but like just turn it into a shit show like fucking Troll Fest. It's like you'd be like riding your horse, and then like be unexpected where you like ride into battle, and next thing you're just like. Get off the horse and just pick it up and chuck it. And that's your weapon. And you're like, yeah, and then you get your sword. And you're like...
I destroy all humans?
I don't know, there's something stupid. So then you're like, you have your sword and you're like going to slice someone. But you get the sword and you go, huh, and you go... And you're shooting little blades out of your... out of your sword. Like, why have people make... and then you're like, you pull out a gun and you're like... Huh! And he's just like, and he's throwing guns. He's just throwing guns, just doing it like ninja stars.
Gun's a sword. You shoot it and your blade
little
comes
dagger,
out.
little dagger. Let's growing up. You're like, oh, you just melee people. Like, why have we got like a wacky game like that? Like, why isn't someone just taking like
something that Cyberpunk would do?
Like so goofy and stupid, and like it's meant to be like it's bugged, but it's not. That's what the game is. Like, and it's very well polished. Like,
intentional.
It's very well polished. So like, it's perfectly polished, and that's how it's meant to be.
Well, that's not CDPR.
So, like, it looks like they're buggy. So, like, you know, you get on your horse, you'll be like, nah, nah, nah. And then if you fly away on your horse, you're like, meow.
You just nah, 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 your horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go by its fucking ears. Nah, 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 nah.
Exactly. And then, nah, 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 and then you fly away. You're on the ground, you hear it, like, revving like a motorbike, nah, 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 and then it just takes off and
or
flies.
it's like the fucking Flintstones.
Running feet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
With the fucking wheel of smoke and shit, like, that'd be dope.
Just like, I'm surprised no one's like made like a weird acid trip game like that. Like,
why are there no games where like you run and your feet don't like go in circles and just like smoke comes out? Like, where are those games gone?
Right.
Remember the Hercules game? That fucking did that.
Sonic
This
style.
big skin colored cloud behind him with his feet going.
Yeah, like where's the wacky stuff? Like make intentional wacky stuff. Like give us some wacky games that are like that. Like not like more nonsensical, but like serious.
If anyone wants ideas.
Like it's serious, like a serious comedy. Like you go around, you're still collecting, but like your quests are collecting cheese.
It can be a serious game, and you can put those in there.
And like
makes sense.
you go fight a boss, and it's a giant like animated chair, and it's like fucking breathing fire, and you got to slay the chair. And then while you're fighting it, you trip the chair over, and it catches itself on fire because it's made out of wood, and it kills itself at the end.
It's like that's fucking like a you know how you get like carpet burn, but it's like
yeah.
Take its lift off, goes on fire.
Oh, imagine having that as a battle scene, like you're fighting a boss and it's made out of like wood or something like that, like something stupid, and it's like a high speed thing, and you're fighting it, and if you dive in and like the final move, because it's typical scripted, so like the health bar is small, and yeah, like you're just saying silly, so you're like running this thing and you power, like you jump on like a chair and you power on the chair, and it's the boss of the chair's going, yeah, and it grinds down to nothing. And while you're running on it, because you run and you jump on, you're like, yeah, and you jump and you land and you just go, and you grind it down. That's its final takedown move. and you kill the chair because you've sorted it away to like nothing,
We
or
could make games for everyone that's just fucking stupid and
just stupid nonsense. Or there's like a tree, like there's a boss battle, you're fighting the tree, and you fight it, you're like yeah, and you do this move where you like you hit this trap,
you
and it's
never
like
chop down a tree boss. It's always just someone with a sword and is dead.
yes,
Cut
so, like,
it down, make it go.
well, that's like imagine you're fighting, and there's this thing where you release this chain trap, and it
And then
comes,
it's
the
like
saw
crawling
comes
around
in.
going,
Well, that's exactly
like-
what I was saying though. The saw comes in, and the saw comes in and cuts the tree, and it falls in half, and you think you're defeated, and you're like, yeah. Next minute, it's two of them because it's in half, and it's still a thing,
Right.
and it's coming at you, and you got to fight two of
So
them.
it's
You're
not like a Dead
"Da-da-da-da."
Space, like that's what the Callisto Protocol's doing. Apparently, like you said, those two-headed monsters.
You
If you
split
cut
in
down the
half.
middle, there's two people. Like it's crazy.
Like,
That's
that's
what
what I
they're
mean.
doing, it's like-
They need crazy, wacky like missions and games with story. Like, where's that crazy fun stuff? Like real fantasy, like gameplay of like
That
nonsense.
hasn't been done for like 20 years.
Like, I mean,
Like, what are you talking about? I was playing Destroy All Humans, and that game still fucking. I
It's
was
wacky
eating
fun.
police officers, and
yeah, it's wacky fun.
I chucked a cow into a person. And he
Like they're literal missions. It's like there'll be missions where you gotta like pick up a cow, read its brain, moo. You know the stupid shit. But like the stupid shit's part of the mission. Like pick up a cow, blow up buildings, burn this building. You know, grab a guy, chuck him. Like that's
you
part of the
have
mission.
to yeet a building into another building and shit. Like you gotta yeet building into another one. It's like, where's all this in the new games?
Like actually have nonsense. Like I don't know. Just
But then again, you gotta appease everyone apparently.
like why can't we just have games that are just for fun? Like literally just for fun and don't feel like the games that aren't choring because they come to a point where they feel tedious and choring. Like where's just the fun fun?
Like Lego games.
Just fun. Just having
You
nonsensical
play the
fun.
game. You wanna 100% it? Go through all the games, get every fucking brick, get all the
choring.
studs. Like, no thanks.
It's too choring. It's like you want to do this, go back to this. You unlock this character further down to then come back to the mission you started the game to then get this secret and this collectible and this thing, and you need this character and this. It's like, oh, so I never finished
It's like
Lego
2 or
games.
3 playthroughs of just like free playing that. Like, no.
It's just tedious. Like, where's the fun stuff? Just a game for fun.
That's why I'm
gonna-
playing.
Very sandboxy.
That's why I'm playing Grounded. That's fun.
There are times where you got to do things to progress, and it's just like okay, but then you do have the option to just sit there and just build shit. You don't have to. You can just slaughter shit just to slaughter things. You don't have
Yeah.
to do anything.
I slaughter everything now because I can. I like the fighting in Grounded.
I mean, we're gonna get to that point where we're gonna do everything, and I guess all we're gonna do is just build. We're gonna only be able to build. We're gonna build like all kinds of shit.
No, there is DLC in that coming though. So apparently, they could do like the next yard over, like put the next biome and like the yard behind it.
Different
Like the whole
again.
neighborhood could be like open eventually, or inside the house.
Oh, that would be cool going inside the house. That would be
You got
cool.
like mice around there, like fucking big ass mice.
I
boss
just
fight,
I
like-
just look at things now, and
mouse
I
boss
just
fight.
look at stuff now, and I'm just like, that would be cool for like grounded and stuff like that. Because like the neighbor,
You go out in Desert backyard, you've got a whole fucking thing out there, of stems and grass.
yeah,
and-
yeah. I haven't. It grows back so quickly, but I was gonna say the neighbor's yard has the perfect mapping section for like a grounded map. So they got a little garden plot at the front. Weeds have grown over like crazy because it just happens. It's spring. You're like whatever. You get like that sometimes. But in the garden, they have like a fallen over little gnome sunlight, like little mushroom garden gnome thing. But with the sunlight, so that's in the garden. That's fallen over. There's the old wooden plank laying in there. So you got the moist section underneath. You've got a big
worms and
yeah. So you got like and
shit,
then you've got like this
oh.
big mop bucket. You know the big yellow mop buckets with the little lever on the thing that you'd have like at a cleaner, like an actual cleaners use.
You know what we should do?
That's sitting in the garden with water in
We
it.
should go around taking pictures and just send to the Grounded team, like Obsidian, and
Well,
say,
there's like-
here's an idea. Here's an idea.
There's a bike pump that's sitting in the garden as well. There's like all kind of random
like
stuff,
a-
but like it happens. You have kids, so things just get chucked everywhere. But like I'm like looking at, it, I'm like,
As you said, why is there no weed whacker to cut down grass? Like,
but I'm looking at just this layout, and from a grounded perspective, I was looking at it, and I was looking at if I was small, how cool that would be because you've got giant log you could hide under. There's different bugs living in there. You've got like the bucket you could climb into, which you could get stuck. There's water in there. You've got like the mushroom garden gnome. You've got the pump. You've got like all these obstacles. There's like toy cars and stuff. Like it feels perfect for a grounded biome space. Like it's perfect to weave around and things you could cut down and just live in. It would be cool because you've got all these objects in there. I'm like, that would be cool.
for an ingredient, like not ingredients, but like different textured stuff, different materials. You got cloth. You've got
Yeah, there's so many different
plastic, you
things that
got
you
fucking-
don't realize that you discard sometimes. You just go, oh, I'll just chuck it in my front
well,
garden.
there's cardboard, paper, plastic. You got fucking if you got kids in your backyard, there's all sorts. There's spilt things. There's food. There's
And
toys.
you don't realize,
There's
I'm like,
fucking
I just
everything.
look at it from a perspective like, damn, this would be good as like a
I
nice
guess that's
little
how they come up with that
snap.
game. I guess they just thought that, and
Well, you look at it like how much more it's gotten since when it first came out, like how much more junk's in the backyard.
it's very
Like,
basic when it.
push bikes,
launched
the
in early
barbecue's
access.
fallen, the weather's fallen over, and there's coals everywhere. Like, there's just a mess. There's paint on the deck, which there's stuff everywhere. Like, there's things, there's objects. There's holes in the bushes because the hedge hasn't been maintained. Like, the things are overgrown. You've got mosquitoes, like larvae living because it hasn't been kept properly. The friggin' poison gas is leaking in one spot, but it's staying
And
there.
that you can actually plug that and get the gas away.
Oh, can you?
You put bubble gum in the top. There's a little, because the thing's leaking from a little hole in the top
Yep.
of the can,
Well, you got to do
and you
that.
can plug it, and you can go and harvest all the shit there. And
Oh, so it gets rid of all the
in there, in that big crevice you can't see in,
yeah.
there's a lot of shit. There's bird
Oh,
feathers.
are we
there's
gonna go plug
mints,
it? Are we
there's-
gonna go plug that up then?
Yeah.
I got bubble. we
Also,
got
what
bubble
I
gum.
found out, there's actual toenails everywhere. Like in the top part, there's toenails you can cut up to make stuff with, like a toenail sword or some shit.
Sheesh. Up with the
you can-
termites.
There was earwigs that they didn't make it into the final release.
Uh huh.
Imagine the earwig coming out here. Those things are, and there's
Jeez.
silverfish and shit like that would be in there. Like,
That must be DLC then.
yeah. Apparently,
But no-
some on frogs.
Well, there's tadpoles, so
Exactly right. Like then you get a bit of legs, and you get a full-grown fucking frog. You walk past a frog, you're dead. Like, oh fuck. Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, it just sits
imagine
on the
that
fucking
roaming
lily pad.
around.
It's just-
Like, fuck, yeah, it would have to be on the water, sitting on the lily pads. That'd be scary. You got the friggin' koi fish to deal with, and you got friggin' frogs croaking around everywhere.
That's weird. There's only one fish in there. Like, why is there only one?
I mean, that happens.
Well, these tadpoles, but no frog to put the tadpoles in.
Hmm.
The koi fish are spitting out tadpoles, I guess. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of cut content that they said nothing's ever cut. It just didn't fit what they were doing at that time.
Yeah, narrative.
Because they said they got to try and work in all those insects, some
Yep,
new
yep.
buildings, and they got to work it. Which that's why I'm thinking
fit.
like the next yard or something might have like a frog thing or.
Maybe that hole in the fence will become something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Or
you know.
inside here, you could have mice. You could have like a big humongous fucking cat
Imagine
that
doing
walks
that.
around.
Imagine getting
dog.
inside and there's a cat or a mice and stuff you got to worry about. Completely different. You can harvest paper and there's more resources you can harvest. So you could harvest things from paper and fragments
Or
of
it starts
wood.
raining in there, like
Oh,
not in the
imagine
house,
that-
but like it starts
Oh,
raining.
dude! Imagine having an
outside.
ice biome because one of the area because the aircon's on in one of the
Freezer.
rooms. So then there's like a cold biome because all the freezers
Because it's
left
been
open.
deserted because they're shrunken.
Yeah, so the aircon's left on in one of the spots so it's freezing. So then you gotta wear warmer biome clothes because
What would be in an ice biome though?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what
Eating
you're gonna.
spiders,
Maybe, yeah. It's just because
skating mosquitoes.
see, at a large scale with the
flies.
aircon on it seems fine, but at a small scale with the aircon on, that would be freezing.
That will be like this big cold wave just hitting somewhere and just freezing it. Like
Imagine having that where you're like in the area and like a sandstorm, waves of like air come through and can fuck you up if you don't. So you got to hide and shelter. So when the gusts like every so often, like it could be every.
kind of like the gas, because that's just
Yeah.
like the whole area. But like you've got this like an AC just blowing out cold air.
So
like,
it could hit you and
like
it
it's-
could blow you over, like blow
It's
you
not
and damage you.
freezing
Like
for an
it's
adult, like a regular sized person, but to us it's like a little fucking ice box. Like
yeah. So if that wave hits you, you could freeze into an ice block. Like it could be a thing
until
where
you
you
get
need
like warm
so you got to build a
clothes or-
base, and then if you hide in the base,
and
of
where
the
you got to
walls,
kill rats or
the
mice.
cold
to
comes.
get, like
fur
fur and-
coats. Damn! That we're coming up with all these ideas for Obsidian, bro.
I hope they don't do that now, because fuck.
Well, it's been stated here. We came up with the idea.
If any of this happens,
That makes sense though.
we're not affiliated. We just guessed it.
Oh my god, that would actually work so well. That would
We
work
just-
well.
Like you
'Cause-
get because you get that little like field mice, those little tiny ones. You just take them on, get the fucking
Yeah, the fur from it, make fur armor and stuff like that.
make fur clothes. So you just go into the fucking ice box.
You could actually have the
freezer,
fridge
where
because the
fucking-
fridge could be open too. Because you know most people leave their fridge doors open a bit, so the fridge door could be open. You could build
you
up
gotta,
into
get a
it.
few whacks to open it and
You get inside the fridge and you could like grab stuff from the fridge and there's like another missing bottle carton.
food, liquid, like fucking.
Oh, and then remember how there's
cockroaches in there? and-
remember how in the yard there's the carton of milk with the missing kids, but it's different kids. But in the fridge in the house it could be missing carton, but it could be the kids from the game.
That is them, I think. Isn't
No,
it?
it was different kids.
Where are they at then?
Yeah, so maybe they could have them on that box, like it's also an updated cart.
There's a lot of things you can do to that game.
So many things.
Like the cockroaches in a fridge or something, or on a bench full
In
of
the
food.
house,
Like,
that would make sense for having cockroaches. So in the house, you'd have cockroaches. You'd have daddy long legs. You could have
imagine
like
those big tall things that are like, yeah, motherfucker.
like imagine having daddy long legs, but they were pleasant. Like they didn't harm you though.
No, because they don't really hurt humans either. Like, unless
No,
like they don't.
but
they just
even though we're
scatter.
tiny and they could be deadly, but what happens if they would make daddy long legs, but they're a neutral? Imagine making neutral spiders. That would be cool to have like spiders, and you would think, okay, I need to attack it, but it's a friendly.
Imagine
but-
a fucking centipede, like.
So because in the house you have mice, you have cockroaches, you'd have flies. You can still have ants. You could have flies,
Flies as big as the bees, like
and flies could be annoying because they could be like a nuisance.
blowflies, house flies, like
And then-
different types.
Yeah,
And they're buzzing around you, around you, like.
that's cool. They could actually do that because mice, rats.
We should stop talking about this.
Why? We're getting them too many ideas.
Not that, but like, what if they see this and be like, "Oh fuck,
Mice,
take
rats,
your fucking duty aid down."
cockroaches,
Like-
centipedes could be in the house. Daddy long legs.
Well, that'd probably get us on there and we can give some good ideas.
There's a lot of things we could like. Might have to clip
I
this
don't
out.
know, like,
Might just have to clip this out, this section here, and just like tag it at Obsidian, being like, "Hey, you guys, you want some ideas? You want some ideas? Let us inside the house, and if you haven't thought about it, do this."
Imagine like you get like dust mites and shit.
That would make sense for the silverfish inside the house.
Yeah, and the mites, but you got actual dust mites, bed bugs. Like fucking hell, man.
Bed bugs. Oh my god, that'd be cool.
Actual fleas, not just water fleas, but actual fleas. Like from like there's like a permanent sleeping dog in something, like fleas bouncing around it. And
Oh yeah, because everything's like everything feels like it's in a moment. So there could be a dog that's permanently sleeping, because the friggin' fallen over Weber. Like what the fuck? It's just sitting there. Just have a dog that's permanently sleeping, and yeah, you could walk over the dog and you could collect its hair. Because you would be so small, but the dog
you
wouldn't
make like a
notice.
little fucking hair sword or something, like a little poker.
Collect the thing. Oh, that's so many things.
So much you could fucking do, man.
There's so much you could do with that game, bruh.
Imagine.
Yeah,
That's myself.
we'll
But
talk
you
about
can
it.
do anything. Like
Yeah.
you can put like dust monsters, like because things just in dust that make anything. Like
Oh, that would be cool to
a
fight.
fucking spider covered in dust just laying there. All of a sudden it's like bam.
You have like
Gotcha.
these things, and they're covered with like they're like gooped because like houses get
I
crazy.
don't like how the infected ones are, but it's like dust.
So you could be like, you could see like I don't know, a rat could be like getting into rubbish, so it's like it's got part of a bag on it, and it gives it extra armor. So you gotta like break the packaging while you're fighting it to break its armor off, basically, because it's classified as armor, and then you gotta slay
things
it
that are
off.
dead though. It is stuff. Because what is it rated? Is it M?
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta have like a dead animal there, like a dead dog or cat, and just use it for traversal and like getting hair off it and shit.
Well, you could have like bloody like chicken, like a roast chicken.
Yeah.
Like get
Go
its
inside
skin.
the roast chicken.
Yeah, have like chicken, but you can gather bits like
Get some fucking
roast
bone.
half dug open fucking chicken because it's like a roast is cooked out.
You go get the wishbone, make a fucking slingshot.
You can get, and that's where you can, so you wouldn't have to worry about shulk and bones. You wouldn't have to worry about jumping in the pond. You can just
Base-
get bones from the
Base-
fucking
Base
chicken.
defense. You fucking get this big ass slingshot. You just.
That would be
Okay,
cool.
I'm gonna stop. Stop talking about this.
Dude, it'd be the new. You could launch. It could be a launcher. You could jump into it and you could pull yourself back, and then you launch
That's
yourself
what
with
I
it.
mean.
And then you have like a glider, and you like to
That's
get
a
yourself
fucking
traversal.
slingshot,
So if you
like-
wanted to get from one spot to really quicker,
A
then
paper
zip
glider,
line.
which is paper. You can make it like a paper
So you can
plane
zap
or-
yourself up, and then you pull back in and you launch yourself, and then you go whoosh-ah, and you pull out and you glide, and you're like, yeah. Far. It's not even real, and I'm keen for this.
You can give ideas.
I'm keen to play this, and we're not even fucking. It's not even real. We're just making it up as we go.
Got out grasshoppers and crickets and because crickets are out outside of our house and just making fucking noises.
In the
Just
front
have like
yard.
crickets going off. Huh?
In the front yard.
I was in the front yard. You got a big fucking picket fence. blocking you
Backyard,
off, like
go into the house, and then there's the front yard.
snakes. But snakes patrolling. Like, they don't really attack you, but the snakes are going around. Like, hey,
That'd be so
snake rides. Because they did say they might think of a fast travel happening, so you can actually fast travel. So
good. Mm-hmm.
just a
That'd be good.
quality of life improvement they're working on the next few months.
Because
It's
I
like,
imagine people
we
should
need
get to a
fast
point.
travel. I'm sick of walking back to a bed, to a bed, to a bed. Just fast travel.
I know, when you've done so much, you want to be able to just jump around quick enough. You don't have to fiddle around and jimmy jam.
But you're so small. You can't ride a mount. Like if you could ride a mount like a ladybug, it'd be better like an ant.
Exactly.
But like you gotta walk everywhere. You run out of stamina. You're like, it's like fast travel. Now that back before when you didn't, there was no top half. It was just the bottom. It was fine. Now there's the whole fucking map, and
There is
I'm
a
sick of
lot.
walking everywhere.
There is a lot.
But yeah, ideas come to us. It's about every game we can talk about. Like any game that we're playing, we can just talk about this kind of stuff.
Mm.
It's just, I'm hoping they're putting goldfish in the pond. I think koi fish eat goldfish though. Goldfish in a fish bowl inside on a table.
That would be cool.
Got a bird cage of the bird, like instead of the crow outside, you got the bird inside dropping like a canary.
Oh,
or
imagine
a
if the cage
budgie,
door is open
dropping
and the birds
feathers.
flying around the house.
Oh, like a panic bird up in the roof, like.
And that's the
Doing-
bird you have flying around the house.
And you got feathers.
Yeah,
down for,
and
for
it's
harvest.
like having the crow outside, but it's canary inside, and it's
Right.
And then-
Slugs, snails.
and then a progression if
Slide
you have
up
a
the
story
fucking
progression.
wall.
Imagine having the fish bowl, and then like they don't have the track for progression. The fish bowl's knocked over.
What
and
if
the
you can
fish is-
go in the fish bowl, like it's a massive fish tank, and you can like, go
Broken?
around create castles and like all
Oh,
the toys for the fishing.
reptile tank. Then you could get the steak skins because they shed.
Oh, yeah.
And you could sneak in. You have to be careful not to get eaten by it, but you could sneak in and
You can
harvest its
sneak.
skin.
I mean, you probably kill it, make it a boss fight or something.
Fuck,
Make
we
it
can-
like a little lizard, like a little
we
frill neck
come up with
lizard or
so
something.
many ideas.
Ah, fucking hell. I'm gonna stop talking about it. But Overwatch 2's out. Don't fucking play it.
Oh, come on! I've kind of enjoying that lately, honestly. I'm cracked at Overwatch.
Crappy at Overwatch.
No, cracked.
Oh, this is crappy.
No, I didn't realize how good I am at Overwatch, and
Just
I'm
get the right character and you're fucking good. Like a
Yeah.
healer, a tank, or whatever you want to be.
like it's been fun. Honestly, it's actually been fun.
Only as long as your team does the right thing.
So I don't know how long it will last. It'll be one of those games that will burn out most probably eventually, but it's been fun. Still trying to figure out
Just
getting
like
my stuff
Overwatch
back.
1. It was big and then it just steadied off
Mm,
for the last 5-6 years.
yeah,
But yeah, that's out. It's free to
play now.
It's free to play. It's pay to win. So yeah, whatever.
Not at the moment. There's no pay to win.
Yeah, but it will.
So, well, if the characters that become very OP, then yeah.
You can buy the battle pass and get all the new characters.
There's only one, two,
No,
no
there's
one.
like 2 or 3.
One new character and a couple of skins.
Oh well, that's all. You can still pay to get it.
That's basically how you get characters now. They're not free. You got to pay the battle pass to get characters.
Stupid. It's like COD. Although they're just skins, really. On
No,
COD.
no, there are some you got to unlock, like you got to pay for because they're in the battle pass. Like, but I mean, they're just characters. I mean, at least with Overwatch, like they have perks. So to a sense, you kind of you are not wrong there. Like,
It
they
is
have
pay to
abilities. Yeah, they have different abilities. Like if a character becomes OP and it's not nerfed straight
Well,
away.
if someone's just a free to play player, they're not going to get it. Like they go at a disadvantage because someone else has a better character. Like,
It's restricting a
but
roster. Where Call of
also-
Duty has no stats.
no, they're just a skin.
They're just literally a skin. Yeah, they're player model.
The RX 4090 came out. It's bigger than a fucking PC.
Better than PlayStation, someone said.
What?
Yeah, it was as big as a PlayStation.
Not that big. Not that big.
That's what I saw in one of the
I mean, maybe.
posts.
What the height?
Something like that.
I know. I don't know. It takes up. It's like a 4-slot card. It looks like it. It's fucking chonky, boy. I'm sure not getting one. I'm not getting Nvidia. Um. Also, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. When I talked about on the podcast a long time ago that it's a good game. The next gen versions are out January 13th with enhanced graphics and 60 FPS. So technically it's a 4K 60,
Mm.
which ain't that bad because that game was amazing. Um, have you seen the Amsterdam trailer?
Mm. What? No. Wait, which one we talk about? The movie?
Amsterdam with Christian Bale, Margot Robbie,
No,
Mike
I
Myers.
haven't. I've heard people talk about it.
It looks fucking amazing. That comes out October 7th in theaters, and that oof, oof, it looks fucking good. I don't know what I can't get a description of it because I don't know what it's about. Oh no, there's 3 friends and they don't want to split up or some shit. I don't know, but it looks amazing. Also, there's a new Christmas. I think it's Christmas movie, but it's David Harbour playing Santa Claus, playing a Santa Claus called Violent Night. I think he's a bit of a fighter in the black market ring or something. I don't know what it is, but it looks fucking dope. Like David Harbour as Santa, and he like fights people.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes out December 2nd. Everything comes out December 2nd. Got Need for Speed December 2nd. Callisto Protocol December 2nd. Violent Night December 2nd. Plus some more that I haven't listed, but also it's Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary. That's crazy.
30th. Sheesh.
As old as I am.
That's
Mortal
wild.
Kombat's 30th anniversary. All started back in the fucking 1992 on the Game Boy and stuff.
Yep.
Fucking hell. I remember playing on the Game Boy. Like, Shao Kahn was always, you couldn't fucking beat him. Also, you can now straight up buy a Steam Deck. Like, you can just go and buy one now.
Wait, what? Couldn't you do
You
that
can just go
before?
buy a
Or
Steam
were they out of stock kind of thing?
Stuff. Or you had to order them in advance.
Now you can just
But
go
now that you can just go buy one.
by order. Just
Apparently
go
they're worth it. Like, they're fucking good.
PC on the go.
I would like to have my Steam library playing in bed, just like, fuck.
There's so many games where
play
you just
Ground
like,
on the Steam Deck.
there's so many things you want to play. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
I gotta go to
Discord on
bed,
it.
and then I don't know, but like just take it to bed and keep playing. Like, that's great. Just access your Steam library and just one-handed gaming.
Two-handed. Oh.
It took you a while. I was making a joke.
No, I'm like, yeah, but I did think about it. I'm like, no, two. But then, yeah, one-handed gaming. You and your bloody...
I know Wookie would love that.
Troy hasn't got one already for that. He probably has, just didn't say it.
But what there's so many things we're going to talk about. We didn't come back to it.
Need for Speed comes out December 2nd.
Mm-hmm. What did we start off with the podcast with again? We started off with fuck. What were we
It
talking
was
about?
Need for Speed.
Was it Need for Speed? No, it was something else.
Because you said you're going to put a picture up of it, of
That
the
was that.
collector's edition. The Mario trailer dropped.
Mario, that's what we were talking about. Mario. That's what we started
That's
the
my last
podcast
thing.
with. We started with that too.
Yeah, the Mario, which I thought looked fucking dope.
So that dropped, yes. That was a really
I
good.
was going to do a reaction for Beardy Bros on there, but
I
already
wanted
watched
to do a reaction with it or a breakdown or something, but so many people have done it. As soon as that trailer dropped, so many people had re-uploaded the trailer, added their reactions
it's
to the trailer.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's Mario.
I'm just waiting for Nintendo to be like, haha, takedown, 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 takedown. You know, those that
won't.
didn't license it, but
They won't. There's nothing really that can take it down for. Just a trailer. It's for everyone anyway. So
yeah.
but Jack Black as Bowser really did not sound like Jack Black.
No, they did that really well. Like they did that.
He did.
Well,
Like,
all the voices that were done, like they fit the characters perfectly, and I can understand why the cast is what it is.
The voice actor for Mario is in there, so we're thinking that what's his name? Charles someone.
I think he's
Charles
I think he's going to narrate it. I think he's narrating the
Yeah,
story.
and Chris Pratt's doing the adventure. What he's narrating.
Yeah. So he'll still talk. So that's the thing. I think to Mario,
Yeah,
like
still gonna woohoo and shit, and then he goes through that portal.
yeah,
And
because I think the biggest issue is I think to him he himself I think sees himself as like he's Italian Brooklyn, so he has that accent. But to everyone else, I think he has the Italian accent most probably. So I don't know. It's just
that's that Brooklyn one that Chris Pratt had in that trailer,
so
which everyone's judging by a quick sentence. Like fucking hell, you haven't even
I know he
heard
put
it
on a nice
properly yet.
Brooklyn. You can hear it like. There was a Brooklyn accent there, and it sounded fairly okay. Like it was actually looked like it's gonna, because people have been
That's
redubbing
not
it.
like Chris Pratt though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't not notice Chris Pratt. Like Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt. Like he's the voice.
He could have done a Brooklyn accent, but I don't think Mario was that either. Like a
So, no.
he's not Italian. He's from Brooklyn.
But he did put on an accent a bit, and he did put on like a different vocabulary.
He did
style.
he did that Italian in some words,
But-
like some certain words.
Mind you, though, I have seen people redub it with the redubbing it with the original Mario audio kind of thing and doing all that stuff.
If you did the original Mario, it'll get annoying quick.
It looks atrocious. I've watched people
Because
redub
he
it.
doesn't really talk. He just goes, "Yahoo!" Like he just does
Come
that.
here, the Mario. What you doing? But when you have that overskinned with that version of Mario, it does not work at all. It is cringy and it's horrible.
Although I'm
apparently
not
saying
watching the Italian version. That sounds dope.
Oh, I
have
saw the
you seen
trailers. I haven't looked at the trailer, no.
The Italian trailer fucking funny as.
Yeah. I did see all the different language trailers, but I didn't actually look at them.
For what it is, I think it's going to be a good movie. Just from
And
what
again,
I've seen, like
and again, this is another thing. There is a release of these. This is what gets you with these movies. You have these releases, and it comes out in America, so you have this whole star-studded cast to give it this amazing name, but then it get released in Spain and like Germany and all stuff, and it's redubbed. You don't even get those actors' voices. So why is it even list casted? Like they try to give these big names, but that's only for the American release. All these other foreign
and us and
countries,
all that.
they're like, yeah, because we're English speaking. But like other countries get foreign languages and they have their foreign language
They
like.
can get the English one
actors.
as well, like people in Europe.
But most
They
of the
just
time they
get
have
it
that as
from
well.
like the UK and that.
And it's just interesting sometimes when you see that. It's just like, yep.
I do want an Italian copy, just
Imagine
because if anything what that trailer has, it's gonna be so good.
Imagine having it like what I always wanted to see. I don't know if anyone's ever done it, but what I've always wanted was, you know how you have a movie, and they usually have like 10 different languages you can watch them in.
Oh,
Get-
yeah, switch it.
No, but have each. Well, that's kind of the sense. Have one character, like if you say there's like a bunch of characters, you have.
They get the English option though. I think they would.
So imagine having like a main characters being English, the bad guy speaking German, random females speaking Italian, and then watching a movie with all these different languages of all these different.
No.
Like imagine like you'd have to do it perfect, but imagine
that'd be
having a movie
horrible.
like that. Not saying
Definitely
this.
not Mario.
No, so I'm saying not this. I'm just saying in general, like having a movie, and like imagine having a movie with your choose. Like you get to give. You're like, I want this character to have this language, and just plot it out, and then you have this whole fucking different film recut together with all these different
Look
languages.
at the penguins in there though.
The penguins.
From the
Open
old
your
Mario.
gates. Then
From
it's
the
right.
old Mario, then you got like different eras of Mario in that trailer.
Mm.
Because you've got the older, you got the newer, like the Sunshine and that.
Mm.
Pretty fucking cool. I want to watch it now.
But
I do want to
it's
watch
the
it.
introduction of Mario coming to the kingdom too.
The Mushroom Kingdom.
Because you
Yeah,
see
but
him,
Toad knows who he is before he even gets
No.
there. Because
no,
he does. He says
That's-
Mario.
that's because that's a cut. That's
Yeah, but it's in the same scene though. It's in that same area.
there's a cut because he comes through. He says he's Mario, and he goes, "Well, come on, Mario, let's go." They've cut that out to make it feel like he's
He
aware
doesn't
of
know
who
he's
he is.
Mario.
Mario knows he's Mario.
Not in there. He got amnesia or some shit.
So
That's why he's there.
yeah.
I
So
bet.
I'm
Because he's being told because I don't know. Fucking someone had a fan theory about it. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah. I think it's an introduction of
it's-
the whole beginnings of him ending up
That
in the thing.
he doesn't know where
And
he doesn't know where he is, but everyone there knows him.
I don't think that's going to be a case. I think it's the first time he's ever coming to that lane.
Yeah,
And
that
this
he
is-
knows of.
This is an origin story. This is how
I
Mario
don't reckon that.
started. That's what I think.
Because he's telling the adventure of what happened, so he's
what we're seeing is a retelling
That's what it is,
story
I
of the
reckon.
first time of him coming in. So
I
you're
don't know.
saying it's an Alice
I
in
want to see
Wonderland
more of it
experience.
though.
It's like a very Alice in Wonderland experience, but this is the beginning. This is
I
the
hope
first time
not.
he's gone there. He's gone down the rabbit hole. He's went down a pipe.
Yeah, a teleporter pipe.
Yeah, rabbit hole, same as Alice in Wonderland.
I'm keen. I want to watch
It's gonna
it.
be good.
Fuck, that's so long away though. So far away.
April 7th,
April next year.
a little bit before my birthday.
A little bit after mine. 2 days.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, technically, wait, 2 days after? 3 days
Yeah.
after.
What?
It's 3 days after. Technically,
After what?
your birthday. Because it'd be the 8th. The 7th there would be 8th for us.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
If it's the day I think of.
No. Let me Google it.
What is the 7th? The movies usually come out on a Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, what the fuck am I the Super Mario Bros movie? Fuck. Wasn't what? I want to see Luigi talk. Like he was just there panicking, like because he's been voiced by Charlie Day. 2023 Australia release. No, that's US 7th. Maybe we get it on the 7th. Maybe. Oh, whoops. Australia. This is gonna be the 1993 one. What in the fuck? I got a 4 out of 10. Fuck, that was bad. I'm never watching that old one though. I don't know. We haven't got a release date here for that, so I'm assuming it'll be the 7th or 8th, one of them. I don't know, but I said I'm fucking keen. I want to watch it. I want to see more of There's so many characters there that we haven't seen yet, like Peach and that. Just Peach.
Actually see the characters play out. Like we saw Luigi at the end there, like had that very Luigi's Mansion style as well. And really like had that
They
vibe.
put many games into it because you got Luigi's Mansion. Assuming it's that, I reckon he's just fighting Bowser or running from Bowser.
It's just a reference to Luigi's Mansion basically because he's freaking out running away from the ghost freaking Goombas.
That game's still one of the best games I ever played.
I do
I want to play that new one on the Switch. That'll be
3?
good.
Luigi's Mansion 3, I think it was. There's
think.
4. Is there a 4 coming?
I don't know. You remember playing the original on GameCube? That was
no, I do
amazing.
want to get
That game was so good. But yeah, I'm a bit iffy on the movie still, but like because I've heard people say it's for kids. I'm like, yeah, but it still looks good.
Yeah, exactly. It's Mario. Like,
Just because it's Illumination doesn't mean it's just for kids.
I mean, Bowser seemed pretty badass.
Yeah, but he had very few lines though. Like
The
just
trailer focused more on him than anyone else.
it was a bit cheesy what he said though. Who's gonna fucking?
Yeah.
Who's gonna challenge? or
Who's
something
gonna
like,
stop
really?
me?
Like fuck's sake.
Badass. But anyway.
King Koopa.
King Koopa.
King Koopa. I hope he bounces on them on their heads. I hope he really does it in the movie, like boing.
I reckon that I feel like they're gonna have a side. There's gonna be a sequence in the film where you're gonna see from a side shot. And he's going like ding ding as a gag. I know it's gonna happen.
How would you... In the city though, it have to be a very long stretch of road, and they just put it to the side.
Yeah, like a side shot. It'll be like some gag.
I hope they don't though.
I feel like it's gonna happen. It's stereotypical gag.
I hope not. I hope they just do like they just jump.
I'm feeling
Like,
like we're gonna see
he
a
just
lot of
jumps on 'em,
references
that's it.
from things, and we're gonna see. I feel like we're gonna see at some point. I don't know
Are you playing
why,
Donkey Kong again?
but I have
Is
this
that,
weird feeling like it's not gonna be the traditional Luigi's Mansion
Seth
style.
Rogen.
But I have this feeling that like Luigi's gonna pick up a vacuum cleaner and just be like, and he's gonna suck up a ghost, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, and just put it down.
Or
Like I don't,
Koopa.
I have that feeling that he's gonna be like, it's
I
gonna
reckon
be a
it's a
nod.
Koopa.
It's gonna be a nod to like the ghost from Luigi's Mansion where he sucks up the ghost and stuff. So I feel like he's gonna like. I just have that feeling that's gonna happen where he's just gonna have it accidentally launch it off and suck one of them up, and be like, oh god, and just chuck it to the side. Be like, I don't know, and
He's gonna hit one with it, just pick up and just.
or yeah, or smack him. Like I feel like something's gonna. It's gonna make a nod. Like this movie is gonna have a lot of nods to the games. We're gonna see a lot of reference
It's
moments.
just the one and done though. Like, don't make a sequel or nothing because
Oh wow,
make
that's
it just
hard.
one good movie.
Oh, Nintendo, they might.
Nothing will come close to Sonic. Like that really deserved a sequel and a
No.
third. Like,
Mm.
but there are people petitioning Chris Pratt to do a different voice or change person. It's like you can't do that.
Done, dusted. It is what it is.
They could have got a proper person from Brooklyn though to play him.
But they wanted a big name, so
They didn't have to. We got plenty in there. Jack Black, fucking Seth
main character.
Rogen.
But it's a main character. You got to have a topping name to balance. You can't just be like, "Here's John Bob." Who's John Bob? I don't know, but we've got him working.
Cena. John Cena as that would have been fucking dope. Imagine a John Cena Mario.
I'm waiting to see on YouTube all these people like redubbing like over Mario with different voices, like different like people saying
They could
random
have done
things.
that ages ago with the games and stuff. But
I know, but they always happen when the trailers come out because it's short clips. It's easier.
I did like because I watched Peacemaker. That show was so good.
Hmm.
He is one of the best actors I've seen. To be fair, fucking John Cena. Like he can do anything.
Yeah.
He was sad. He was happy. He was fucking angry. He was like, he can do every emotion.
Yeah.
But then again, wrestling is acting, so says a whole lot.
Yeah.
Good. A lot of good actors are former wrestlers. You got Dwayne Johnson, John Cena. You got
'Cause they know how to act.
Dave Batista. You got fucking
They know how to act. You got to act all the time.
yeah, for the last 20 odd years when he was in WWE.
Anyway.
But they're getting recognition now. Because he was in a lot of weird movies to start off, like Bridesmaids and shit. He was in there, and that Cockblockers. That was a good movie though.
That happens. It happens a lot. They
He
start
was
off...
in a lot of weird stuff, but now
But he
he's like
likes it.
getting proper.
But he likes doing those though. That's the thing. He chose to do a lot of those roles. He loves doing
Oh, The
those.
Rock did it too. He did Tooth Fairy, and that was
Well, he didn't.
kind of
Well,
regrets. But
yeah, that's one thing he regrets. Is that and there's yeah.
but why did he take it? He could have said no. Like
It was his early branch into
because this was
cinema.
after the Walking Tall and that. Like he was already established, but he.
Yeah.
I guess he
Yeah,
wanted
that-
a kids movie under
You,
his belt.
you do one at one point. They all do one. Jackie Chan did a kid movie. Vin Diesel's done a kid movie.
Oh, the Tuxedo.
Mm. No, there was a
pretty good,
babysitter
though.
one. There was Jackie Chan did a babysitter one, and then Vin Diesel did the pacifier.
A pacifier, which is
But Jackie
Yeah, I
Chan
don't
did
think about that
the
movie.
the Spy Next Door or something like that.
yeah, that's still a good movie though,
It was
right?
a kids film. Yeah,
I remember.
yeah, like
Yeah, the
babysitter kids.
pacifier's a bit. Yeah.
It's still alright, but yeah. And it being the song that he learned, I always sort of love that. That fucking cracks me up, that ending where he finally realized the song that the kid was taught was the passcode. And he does like 2 step forwards, to the left, and just the whole. And then Vin Diesel singing the whole thing, and he's like jumping through the thing, and he's doing like the whole. And it's him singing, and then he's like doing this, and then step right, and step back, and then lean forward, and he's doing the whole song, and it's like that gets me every time.
I haven't seen that. I didn't watch the whole movie. Fuck.
Yes, the end scene. He's like, because the kid knows the
I'm
nursery
gonna
rhyme.
YouTube it after this.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fucking great clip because he's like 2 step forwards, 1
And
step back,
Schwarzenegger, he
don't
did
do
that too.
that,
Like,
and
he
then
did a
duck,
lot of.
and then yeah, watch that scene after.
Okay, like everyone does one of those movies, really.
Pretty much. Batista did one.
Unless you're Johnny Depp, he hasn't. He's done just weird things his whole life. He done weird movies.
I mean, he did Pirates of the Caribbean.
They're not. Yeah, but they're not kids movies, really.
He had a
They're
babysit
for
the cast.
teens, adults. Hey,
He had to babysit a bunch of people.
that's different. That's a lot. That's a lot different. But I'm keen for Mario. Fucking hell.
Oh.
I don't care what anyone says about Chris Pratt. He's a good Mario.
Mm.
Well, so far, what we've seen.
What a lot of the shit that comes from with Chris Pratt is because he's like forward with this church.
He's everywhere.
Well, it's not that. The main reason he has this hate is because the church he's with is very against like LGBT and all this kind of stuff, and that's why people give hate because he's a person of title, and because he's associated with this church, that he must be getting flacked on, and it's a thing that always happens. I'm neither here nor there. Like, he's a good actor.
Get over it. He is good at what he does.
You know, he can go to whatever church he wants to go to. I don't have the right to say what he does and doesn't do.
Look, that's like Tom Cruise and Scientology. People hate him for that. Like,
Scientology is fucked up, but Tom Cruise is still badass.
he's not fucked up though. So
His teeth are. To the left.
I can't. Like, it's weird when you notice it. I was just like, oh my god.
Nah, that's a bit mean.
No, not really. Like, I think he even embraced that. Like, fuck. Well, he had to because he could have got them changed. He could have ripped them out, got new ones, but he didn't.
Mm.
He's a multi-fucking billionaire. He could have done anything with his fucking teeth, but he didn't. Like
It's iconic.
that's just who he is.
It's iconic. But yeah, is that it? Is that all we got?
When is
Anything
that coming
else?
out? Oh, I got. Hey, let me check my phone.
Got anything
I think
else?
I got some screenshots.
Start wrapping this up.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Yes.
Oh, this one that I saw.
Oh, he's got some stuff.
Christian Bale. This is a thing. Christian Bale says he only gets roles that Leo DiCaprio passed on. Actually, he said everyone gets that because he's asked for every role and he just declines a lot of them.
Yep.
So they go to the next person, which he's in demand. Like fuck.
Everyone wants Leonardo DiCaprio as the character.
This is what he said. Bale recently told GQ that he owes much of his career to Leonardo DiCaprio. According to Bale, most of his past roles were offered to DiCaprio first. Any role that anybody gets is only because he's passed on it beforehand. I was like, ouch to everyone else.
That's crazy that everyone's always demanding for DiCaprio. Like
He's in a lot of things, though. Really, like.
But he does only suit certain things. Imagine if he was like a Batman role. Imagine DiCaprio's Batman. That would have been
He
weird.
could play Batman, I reckon.
It would have been weird.
Not compared to Bale. Like
Bale
is
is
a better.
so good. Like just think
Well,
of
Bale got big with Batman.
now you
but
think
he
of
might have-
basically what you do is you think of the roles that Bale's had, and you replace them with DiCaprio.
He could play what's his name? The recent one. The God Butcher, Gore. He could play Gore.
It would have been funny.
Maybe he passed on that too. Who the fuck knows?
No, they chose.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
They got Bale specifically for that though.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's well established for that. But like back then, like he said, he owes his career to DiCaprio because he pretty much.
So imagine like what was that movie he did where he got super skinny?
I don't remember the movie.
Machinist, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if that was a DiCaprio movie.
I
can understand why. That would actually make sense because DiCaprio would be like, I'm not losing all that weight for that movie.
And he did though. At some point, he was very skinny. I don't know. Well, that was just him before he got old, maybe. Because he is pretty. He's like in his 50s now, isn't he, DiCaprio? I think. I don't know. Ezra Miller is the Flash again. They're doing reshoots with him, so
yes,
he's back as being the Flash.
He already was, yeah.
Which is good because you can't just kick it. We have to do the whole fucking thing again. But yeah, apparently, like he did right for what he did wrong.
Yeah, he's in rehab and stuff going on or something like that.
I think that's all I had.
And I guess because they've
the
paid
Dead
him
Space is $70. People who are outraged at it need to shut the fuck up. This is a proper remake. There's added dialogue.
It's Americans because you got to think their games were always like $40, $50, and they're like, oh my god, it's $70.
No, it was 60 for the last like decade. Now it's an extra $10, but like there's added dialogue. Isaac speaks now. He didn't before.
The camera angles, the shots they've done, like I've seen the reshoots.
There's added content. There's more missions being added.
They've added extra. They've
more
added
than a
actual
remake.
from what it looks like they've added cutscenes or extra camera angles from scenes that we did that for. So it points in the game where you walked into a scene before, and those moments you should be looking at that you kind of glanced over. They have cameras now that look like that point you in that direction, so you have to see it. So like they actually may go, hey, you know, because you do things and you're meant to see that detail, but someone's that like, oh, and they've just not glanced at it. They're now forcing you to glance at it.
You can still see it, but
they're specifically making you look at it now to add
it.
the narrative. Yeah. So I've seen all the camera angles. It's really cool.
Shut the fuck up. Just pay it. Just buy it on PC for 60 and
exactly.
Just get the fuck out.
If you're gonna play it, you're gonna play it. If you're gonna buy and play it, you're gonna buy and play it. Look, we already know that's gonna happen. Look at Last of Us. We've said this before. Look at Last of Us. People complained about it. Those that wanted to play it
shouldn't have an opinion. Like I'm buying it. I want the collector's edition, but it's like $700 to get fucking shipped and that here. So fuck you.
Bit retarded.
Yeah, if that SpongeBob one's 400, but that is here though. But that Dead Space one, being EA, that should not be with limited run games.
I know it's weird.
It should be with like themselves and put to like EB because that's like GameStop. They're owned by the same people. They should get the same shit.
I know it's weird to do a deal with limited run games. Like that's a bit weird.
It's EA. They fucking got money for days to
That's
make
weird to
their
choose to go
own.
with them. Like it's weird.
Because I want the helmet and shit. Like
I know.
fuck,
Badass.
it's a wearable fucking helmet, and you've got the steelbook and shit. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
There's a $20 difference between the PS4 and 5 edition.
Makes
Like,
sense.
whee! But still, I'm happy to pay it. I love Dead Space. I'm playing the trilogy this month. I also bought them again for 360 because I own them on PS3. Now got them on 360. Because that original Dead Space I got on, it's a classic one, so it's got that big grey fucking. So I'm like, nah, I want the original case. Thank you. Because they're so good. I never played 2 or 3, but the first one I did, and I loved it.
Hmm. No, the other ones are
Hit my
definitely
pants
good.
a bit.
Definitely good.
I want to play Impossible mode because that is impossible.
Oh, it's fucked.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm like, I
Literal
want to
chaos.
do it.
It's literal chaos.
Yeah, well, the second and third games you only had limited saves. You had 3 saves for the whole game.
Hmm.
And for the platinum, you have to go for that. Thank you,
It's really hard.
whoever made the developers who made it. I know it was Glenn Schofield and that. Who developed fucking Dead Space? What's the team? It's not Motive because they're the new ones doing the remake.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dead Space 2000 and what? When it came out 2008. That's $7 on Steam. Okay. Developers Visceral Games and Motive. Okay, so they are still part of it. But yeah, like 2008, that game still looks good today. I don't know why they're remaking it really, apart from to give it more content and stuff. I think that's why they're like making it way different. Because they're making Isaac speak now, which he didn't in the original. He was just
He did, but at
All this-
times they're adding.
all
so they
this shit happened in the game, and he was silent. It's like, okay,
I thought those times he did talk or something like when he had to talk to someone.
no, nope, he did. He did. Yeah, only on his PDA thing, but like
Yeah.
other than that, like during normal gameplay,
Like
he
they're
didn't
actually
say
doing
one
like
word.
actual giving him thought reaction, like "Oh God, that was scary," or like he's
Yeah.
talking to himself.
Nothing.
Yeah, that was
Like-
quiet. It was only cutscenes when he like met another character, he would talk to him. But then the whole time he wouldn't mumble to himself or say
But in
things
2
out
and
loud.
3, he was a fucking shady caddy. Like,
Well, he got pretty mentally unstable by then. But
yeah, but
the
still got
narrative
nothing to
was
do with
though. The
talking.
narrative was though. He was meant to be unstable from the get go. Like that was the thing. Like he was like he wasn't.
Hence
The
why
weird
he's
thing
there.
was, yeah, because it wasn't just those things he saw that fucked him up.
No,
Like
but he volunteered to do it though.
he was a bit fucked up beforehand, and he already had like mental instabilities. That stuff going through like the demon and stuff that pushed it over the line. But
Yeah, he's not in the third one, is he?
it's hey,
He's
Isaac.
in the third one
Yeah, he's all 3 of them.
because you play as someone else in the third
They
one.
bring
You
in a
play
third
this
character.
other dude.
Yeah, that's the other character for 2-player. You only play as him in co-op.
That makes no sense.
So if you play single player, you won't get to choose as play as him.
You'd think being single player you would be Isaac instead of the other one, but you think the second player would be the new guy?
Yeah, he is.
No, no, but like in single player, you're the new guy.
No, in single player, you're Isaac. Yeah,
Not at the start of the game, you're not.
it was to introduce the character, might have been.
Maybe because I was watching it and it's
yeah.
not Isaac.
But yeah, no, you play as Isaac through the game. But yeah, it was weird how it's done. It's like definitely a different
And you're
experience.
fighting humans.
Yeah, there's an explanation to that too. You saw that how it worked out.
There's like zombie humans, and then you got humans who have guns firing back.
There's I don't know which parts you've seen because there's explanation to that.
Only the very start, so I don't know nothing about it. But like
I think
fighting
that
humans,
I think that point you see that down the track. I don't really want to spoil the moments for you. I think I have talked about it before.
I don't know, but I'm keen to get into it though. The trilogy's happening this month.
I mean, it is
They
old. I
they
could
are
talk
very
about it.
short games though.
But anyway, leave that for another day. I think that's a perfect time to wrap up.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got nothing. Do you have anything?
No, that's perfect. You've got everything covered. I only
Yeah.
want to talk about Mario and a few things this week, and we've done that. So
Mario. Yeah, can you imagine having yee-hoo for the whole like 90 minutes?
like I said, I
No,
watched the trailer. It was be painful.
they get annoying. People want that though. It's like, no, you don't. You think it's good in theory. No. It's only good in games because you hear it so often. Every now and again, you're like, you jump, you.
Exactly.
Like, no. But yeah, on that one, we hope you enjoyed the episode. What, 41?
I know, 41.
41,
41.
bro.
40. So that'd be episode 141.
9 episodes left.
Wait, what are we actually at? Is that actually
10,
141?
11, 40, 41. Is it 41?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 41. But how
40.
many totals are there episodes in total?
127.
127 episodes in total.
Mhm.
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 I know. So we did that at
But
what?
as always, hey,
I was like, we did the live stream at like 126 then.
yeah. 25, 26.
Yeah, we're being different.
Was
Anyway.
it live last week? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. It's a random one to go live in. So check out for that on socials and stuff. Or on here at the end. But as always, hope you had fun. We have been Dale and Jim. Folk. What is that? Some about neighbours.
Toadfish.
I didn't even pick up. I have no idea what the fuck that is. I just saw He-Man fucking yeah, like what the fuck? But as always, we have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week for 42. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you next time. Yahoo!
That was annoying just then. Like it doesn't translate from a game to a movie. Like you can't do it.